Shalom, Yahaba Shimmy Al Shabrakatha. Yeah. This is y'all. Look, it's not a mistake. Y'all already know what this is, man. Look, this is a Tuesday night brotherhood and sisterhood class. So sisters get in here too, brothers get in here too, and we're gonna get started and do what we do. You know what I'm saying? But check this out. If I got any questions, we say, yeah. If you got any questions, throw them in the chat. If not, then you can wait and then throw them in the chat later. But do what you got to do. Get your pen, your paper, your libations, or whatever you need to get right in class. And then we'll be right back, after we, get some people some time to get into class. All right.
Eight, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Get down here to class, 1232 North King Street, Wilmington, Delaware.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to my brothers and sisters, man. Y'all need to come down to 1232 North King Street, where the truth resides, man. ISUPK, Delaware. We definitely representing doing some big things.
202 North DuPont Boulevard
That's
in
right.
Smyrna, Delaware.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Come and be a part of this rising thing that we got going on here in Delaware.
I hear everybody claiming that they love the Lord and love God and all that. Well, get in here and show it. You know what I mean? The scriptures say faith without works is dead. So if you ain't doing nothing, your faith is dead. So get up and do something. What you need to do is get your ass up and get in the class. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't doing nothing else. You're sitting home wasting time. Everything is going on around you, and you don't know how to compartmentalize these things. You understand? I'm on my way to class right now, like you should be. You know what I'm saying? Class don't stop for nothing. All right, God damn it. What's going on, man? I appreciate y'all checking in today. Let's see who we got in here. Let's see here. We got Danisha, that's Nene Jones. Now you changed it up. Let me see. Shalom, sis. Melanie, what's going on? Pittsburgh in the building. Princess Aitara. All right. Let me see. Tamika Shanta just started paint. What's going on? Okay, so it's what, 2 Danishas in here? Wow. It's Danisha, that's Neen Jones. Then we got Danisha Jones. Okay. Wait, one's from Fort Worth. The other one's from Fort Worth. Okay. Tazawa, Trooper Tazawa, what's going down? Shalom to you. Shalom to everybody, man. Look, before we get, really into it, man, let's go ahead and get the room. The room. Get the I've been on Clubhouse a lot lately. Let's get the the likes up, for the class or whatever. If y'all got any questions, of course, you can throw them in the chat. And the title of the class is "A Hoe is a Deep Ditch," right? A hoe is a deep ditch, right? And I wanted to revisit this because, we were talking about it on Clubhouse. We were talking about this topic, right? But I also wanted to bring out some scriptures too. We didn't bring out as many scriptures, but we did because it kind of went all the way to something totally different because of the way that the conversation was going. You know how sometimes you might have like a topic that you're trying to like focus on, but then that specific topic just goes somewhere else, and then we never ever get back into the original topic in an amount of time that we have to actually talk about what we're talking about. So I wanted to bring it back. And I also wanted to point out, and I got a video too. I want to show y'all the Amber Rose video when she was on Drink Champs. Did you see it, Knock? Okay, Knock did see it. All right, Terrell, you seen it? Okay, so sister in here didn't see it, you know. So if y'all haven't seen it, you know what I mean. Boom. Then I'm gonna bring it out again. But also, if you you know, if you have seen it and you want to give your insight on it, then you know what to do. Drop it in the chat, and then we'll and if you got a point, good points that we can hit up, you got some scriptures that we can go to, then we'll act accordingly when it comes to it, right? So we're talking about hoes. HEAUX or HO3. All right. So Shalom Yashara, Shalom Hawkins, Micah. All right. All right. Checking in from Baltimore, man. That's right. All right, cool. So I want to play the video, and then we'll you know, of course, go over what we watching. You know what I'm saying? I'll stop it every now and again, and then I'll bring some, you know, different points out or whatever. But you know what I'm saying? And also I want to touch on the slut walk. You heard of this, right? The slut walk? You heard of that, right? So we got the slut walk. And Amber Rose, man, I mean, just like this, you know, just a little sidebar or whatever, but you know, hoeing is a big thing. I mean, I've seen that a lot of times people didn't, you know, discussing it in the on Clubhouse. I guess people don't know what hoe is. I guess they don't know what a hoe is, I guess. So hopefully by the end of this class we'll be able to know what it is, and then we'll move forward, all right? Knowing what a hoe is. All right. Kevin Biggins coming in from Louisiana. All right, cool. The number's going up when we start talking about hoes. All right. So let's get it. I'm already watching now. All right. I'm gonna mute my mic so y'all don't have to hear the feedback.
Why do you care about what a woman is doing? Mind your business.
No, but why we caring about? Why?
Yes,
I got a daughter.
Hold
on. I got a daughter.
Mind your business.
What the fuck? Oh my God! What do you mean? That is wrong. That is wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. You say it don't care about women?
Why are you worried about me?
You say it don't care about women?
Women get on from fucking niggas, right? You said that in your freestyle.
Yeah.
And you want to know why.
Not me. No.
But you said that in your freestyle.
No. What I said.
Can we replay it? Can we replay the freestyle?
No, I could just say it.
Okay.
I could just say it.
But I heard what you said. That's why I felt some type of way.
No, I said, we'll get all the views. Violence, stupid new challenge, whole lot of ignorant dudes on the news wilding, chicks booked for 2,000, post the new styling. Think about it. Having no talent, that's the new talent. I saw a chick on red carpet. I said, tell me what you do. She said, I'm pretty, pairs, clit, titties, belly button too. I twerk for the gram. My videos get hella bunch of views. That's very fucking cool. But tell me what you do. It's disgusting. They say hoes women.
But why? Why is it disgusting? Because you're a hater. Men are haters that women make money and go get booked for 2,000 because they're fucking pretty.
No.
Don't hate the bitch, hate the consumer. Am I
was
wrong?
still going. No.
But he's saying it from an observatory.
Yeah.
But you're
angle.
observing a bitch making money because
all right, so
she's
you ready
pretty
for this?
and
Hold on.
twerking.
Wait. Hold on.
Let
hold
the
on,
bitch twerk and make her fucking
hold on.
money.
Check this out, though. Check this out. Look.
Am I tripping?
Check this out.
Where's the bitch?
Now, what about when you did that? What about the girl when she did that, right?
So
and got the 2,000, right? For 3 months, right?
So?
But then she was gonna get 10 million from this company, but then seen her do that shit and said, nah, it's over now.
Why is that your business? Why is that your business? Stay out of women's business.
That's hurting. No.
Hurting who?
Herself.
It ain't you. Mind your business.
It's hurting herself, though.
But
you get it?
Stop policing women's bodies.
No, think about that.
Stop.
It would. So,
listen to me.
It's not about no body.
No,
it's not about policing a body.
Policing women's bodies. If she wants to twerk and make $2,000,
so would you not?
Yourself.
What if you giving her advice? What if you know she can make 10 million? She about to, right?
I ain't no she, man.
No, look. All right, I got a question. If you knew a woman was gonna make 10 million, 3 months from then. If
Who
she
the
didn't
fuck
did
knows
this.
that? Who knows the future? A fortune teller? You ain't no fucking
Somebody that was
psychic.
gonna give her the 10 million. How about that?
But my whole thing is, how
What if
you
you-
gonna
what if
pay the bills for the past 3 months? You
So
don't
you
know what the fuck's gonna
sleep
happen
without nothing and don't conform because they know what they gonna
So
get
you want
later. So
somebody
niggas
to be
don't just take
homeless.
the quick bread.
You want somebody to
we
be
never know the
homeless.
quick bread. You just said you want us to
Christmas,
care.
guys.
Right?
Don't want us to care.
You just said you wanted us to care.
You're gonna have to unmute your mic. All right, so Amber Rose is basically telling him that you can't say anything about a woman. If you go further into the, and I'll play that too. But if you go further into the interview, she basically says that a man shouldn't say anything about a woman, period, at all. But what he said was that I have a daughter, right? So she's basically saying that, you know, he shouldn't have anything to say about anything. And she specifically said Kim Kardashian, me, and Ari. I don't know who Ari is. Anybody know who Ari is? Okay, so she's an influencer. Okay, so so what you said, you were saying something before we came back off of mute?
Yeah, if I could, sir. Murder Mook, he lost that argument. But what he was trying to say was understandable from a man's perspective. When a woman does something, she's an influencer.
Mm-hmm.
So what she does influences society. So what he's saying is he has a daughter. So if his daughter was to see her on Instagram or whatever social media site, I mean, looking provocative and showing herself, my daughter would think that that's a way to capitalize on her own natural beauty.
Mm-hmm.
So what she does is she go get implants, and she think her body is her way to freedom or her way to success.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas though in a man, now today men, their way to success is violence. You know what I'm saying? And just as if she's a woman, she would say to that man, you don't have to be violent. You don't have to kill. You don't have to sell drugs, nor do you have to rap about it. There's other ways to do it. What is the same to him saying to her, you don't have to be provocative with your body. There's other ways to do it.
Right, exactly. And so, you know, so I guess Amber Rose is the spokesperson for hoes. You know, I guess she's your king. This is your king, huh? This is your king, the self-proclaimed king of the hoes. Is Amber Rose. She has the slut walk, and she has all these things. But how about this? How about, you know, maybe he doesn't want his daughter to grow up and become a hoe. You know what I'm saying? How about maybe being a hoe might be okay for Amber Rose's community, but in our community, our women die behind being hoes. You know what I'm saying? Our women get raped behind being hoes. Our women, you know what I'm saying? We die. You know what I'm saying? Our women die, and it's a serious problem. So maybe if we didn't follow after you, maybe we could be safe. Maybe our women could be safe. And this is the problem with people who claim to be influencers. I'm gonna put out the definition of, I'm gonna say the definition of an influencer. Influence, a person or thing that influences another. A person with the ability to influence potential buyers of a product or service by promoting or recommending the items on social media. Okay, an influencer is someone in your niche or industry with a sway over your target audience. And so pretty much Amber Rose is a influencer, right? So when she says things like what you said, you know, to your point, when she says things, girls who are young see what she's saying and they say, it's cool because look at Amber Rose. You know what I'm saying? And we should not have these types of people that should be speaking. And then also in speaking for our community, you know, Amber Rose is not black. You know, if you look at, I was looking up like her family or whatever, her father is, let me look this up. Sorry, to make sure I get it right. Yeah, she's from Philly, but she's not just, you know, she's just a white girl who grew up around niggas. Hold on, let me see. Let me see. Amber Rose. How would I write that? That's like, right? No, race. Yeah. Okay. Okay, her father is of Irish and Italian descent. and her mother is of Cape Verdean and maternal Scottish descent from Ayrshire. So Cape Verdean, ain't that like South America? Hold on. Yeah, that's like South Africa, right? Hold on. Where is Cape Verde? Located. South Africa. Yeah, Cape Verde is a country in West Africa. Is located in a cluster of islands of the Atlantic Ocean off the western coast of Senegal. So these is Hamites. Right. And so if you look like further, I'm gonna bring it out some more of it, but you'll see that she starts saying the N-word. And she's basically saying that a woman is a hoe is like calling a white person calling a black person nigga. Do y'all agree with me? Is it? I mean, I want with some women to say something. Is it the same? The N-word, is it the same as a man saying that a woman is a hoe? Does it hold the same weight? Go ahead, you got it.
In a way, sir, it is because it's a slur of some sort. So kinda.
So it holds the same weight as a white person. If a white person was to call you a nigger, that would hold the same weight as a black man calling a woman a hoe.
No.
Go ahead, sis.
No, you can't compare the two because they're calling you a nigger off of your color.
Mm-hmm.
You can't choose your color, but you can choose whether or not to be a hoe.
Ecclesiastes 4:21. Whoa! Oh man, if I had a bomb, I would drop that right now. Say that one more time, sis.
We can't choose what color we are, but you can choose whether or not to be a hoe.
Damn.
So
there you go.
No comparison.
Danisha said, hell no. Tamika said, la okay, yeah, okay, it's disrespectful. Okay, so we got that, right? So it's disrespectful, right? Now, is it disrespectful if that's what you are? Like, okay, like is it disrespectful to call a man a pimp, a whoremonger if he got hoes?
No.
So is it disrespectful or is it just calling out what you see?
It's just calling what you see.
Right. So like you said, women have a choice, you know. I mean, in our nation, that's not what we're supposed to do. It's like, okay, we living in a time right now where we're in a time right now where it's saying that black women aren't protected. Right? Because, you know, you got Megan Thee Stallion who's basically saying, and she's pretty much got, you know, this whole movement of women saying that black women aren't protected. But but just on the flip side of that, she'll say black women will say that we're not protected by black men, but in that same thing, you'll still promote overt sexuality and all of that. So I mean, you know, what's the deal with that? Is it kind of like I'm just asking this question. I mean, do you think that it's a kind of like, I don't want to say oxymoron. I don't know. Which you got the English. So what would I say? Like, okay, if one person is saying, okay, we want to be protected, but then we still want to be hoes too. So is that what's that called? The not an oxymoron, right?
Yeah, I guess it would be like a parody or something. A paradox.
It's like, okay, black men don't have no problem with, you know, protecting black women, but then you got to be something worth being protected too. Because there's a lot of brothers that's in prison right now for defending the honor of a person who was a hoe, a woman who was a hoe. It's a lot of brothers in prison right now. I remember one time, right, and I'm gonna get the scriptures, Ecclesiastes 4:21. But I remember I was at this club one time, right, and this girl, she was arguing with this dude, right. It was her dude, or it was something. She was doing something, but it was a dude that she was messing with or whatever. She was messing with the dude. And they were arguing in the club or whatever. So she comes out the club and she calls her peoples, right? She calls her people. She's like, you know, yeah, this nigga did this. She's saying that what the dude did, but he didn't do none of that stuff. because we're all sitting around watching, watching the whole thing. She was like, yeah, he pulled a gun, he did this. So the next thing you know, this dude pulls up in like 2 minutes. He must have been around the corner. He pulls up, jumps out. He pulls out this big gun. It had to be like a revolver, like chrome joint. Like it looked like a 357 or something. He pulls it out like, what's up? What? Who's doing what? It's like you already pull up ready to kill somebody and you don't even know what the hell's going on. If she's lying about what's going on, you don't know nothing. You just ready to crash out automatically and you don't even know what the story is. And there's a lot of brothers who's in prison right now because they crashed out for a female that was, that went to them and lied about the situation. Go ahead. I'm sorry. You was about to say something? And, even with, men who crash out, and I'm saying crash out because that's the new shit, right? Mm-hmm. Crash out, like a nigga who crash out for a female, right? Because what? Like the dude, she might have got into an argument with her husband or whatever, right? And maybe he might grab her up or something, or maybe even smack her, right? Now she calls her people, right? Don't necessarily have to be her brother, don't necessarily have to be her cousin, but just some nigga that she know, right? So she calls him up and she says, well, this blah, 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 this happened, that happened, this happened. This nigga rolls out, right? Nigga rolls up and he jumps out and blows your husband's brains out, blows his brains out, right? Now, when it's time to go to court, when the police come, then she's going to say, well, he did it. Or let's just say he don't shoot or whatever, but a dude is ready to come up and handle, a hoe's honor, you know what I'm saying? But not the same in every situation. But he comes up to protect her honor, and then he goes to prison, and she gets back with the nigga anyway. You get my point? Like, so sometimes it's like, it's no point in really, this is why I don't get in people's relationships as far as, like in the world, like if somebody was to come to me and say, hey, he's doing this to me, he's doing that. It's like, look, just call the police, you know what I'm saying? Make a report and do that. Because my days are rolling up and, trying to protect somebody's honor because I'll give you an example, right? My daughter got into it, right? With her husband. And they called me, right? So me being a father, right? I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? So I go and I'm ready to crash out, right? Because that's what a father would do for his daughter, right? I go to crash out, and guess what happened? After I damn near crash out and go through all this, guess what happened? She went right back to him. And they're together today. Now here I could have went and here I am throwing rocks at the prison house, you know what I mean, getting in somebody's relationship. But I digressed. We're going back to Shane because Amber Rose is mad about him saying what he said in his rhyme because of shame, because he's trying to shame a woman who is essentially being a hoe. Because she asked him, and I'm gonna show y'all. I'm gonna get the next video up, but I'm gonna show y'all. But I want to show y'all about Shane because she has what they call a slut walk. Y'all ever heard of slut walk? Y'all never heard of slut walk?
Come on.
That's good. It's good. Y'all ain't heard about it. All right. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Yeah. Let me see something. Oh boy, this is you don't want to. It's mad stupid. All right. It's real. It's dumb. What the slut walk is, and I'll just do it for time's sake. I'll give the sister a little bit of slack here. I'll give the sister a little bit of insight what it is. All right. So the slut walk is basically it's a a slut walk is about slut shaming. So you know how a woman will say, well, men are hoes. They do the same thing we do. So why do women get shamed for doing the same thing that a man does? And that's what the basis is about. It's about slut shaming. It's about men, but with LGBTQ undertones to the whole thing altogether. But pretty much it's about slut shaming. You know what I mean? About a woman saying, okay, a man can't, women can do the same thing as men can do, but they're looked at differently when they do the same thing. So like you say, if a man sleeps with a bunch of women and she sleeps with a bunch of women, but she's called a hoe, and what is he? You know what I'm saying? So that's the whole basis of the whole shit. I mean, the whole thing, Slocky. So I'm going to get to the whole thing, the difference, the dynamic between the two, hoes, men, all that. Men aren't hoes. You ever heard that? A man say that I'm a hoe? That's the most craziest thing ever. That's crazy. But we're going to get into it. But let me just get this first one out the way, all right? Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus, sir?
Mm-hmm.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
For there is a shame that bringeth sin. And
say that one more time.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 4, verse 21.
Uh-huh.
For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
Right. What is that? What is that? That shame that brings sin. There is a shame that brings sin. Read the whole thing and then we'll go back.
Ecclesiasticus 4 and 21.
Mm-hmm.
For there is a shame that bringeth sin,
mm-hmm.
and there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Shit, no, go ahead. You want to take a shot at it, sis? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. There's a shame that's going to bring sin, but then there's a shame that's going to bring about glory. she closed the sweater on that one. No sweat. All right. So okay, let's take it off of hoes, right? Now, when it's the holiday season, you got it. What you got? Mm-mm.
It's like if I could, sir.
That's a part of it though. But go ahead.
If I could just add, scripture also say a shameless woman should be counted as a female dog.
Right. So there is a shame that brings sin, meaning this, right? So say like, you know that you're supposed to, I'm going to say what you said. You know how you're supposed to keep the laws, the statutes, and commandments, right? And part of keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, you're not supposed to celebrate Christmas, right? But when the time comes for Christmas, your family shames you for trying to stand with the Lord and do what you're supposed to do. So what do? You do Christmas. You celebrate Christmas because there is a shame that brings about sin. So sometimes people can be shamed, and that shame that you feel from following it, being in the truth. You know, like a woman could get shamed by being in the truth because her husband has another wife. So she gets shamed by the sisters that's not in the school. And they say, I could never do that. I don't know. Y'all must be crazy. I could never share my man with nobody. You are sharing your man with somebody. The nigga's just lying to you. He's just telling you that. And you know how I know? Because I was in the world before. I was a major player in the world, Salakia. But I was there, you know what I'm saying? And I knew the game. Now, it's a difference between a player and a pimp, right? I'm giving him game now, right? It's a difference between a player and a pimp. A pimp, they'll call a man a pimp because he has women that all know about each other, right? And these women go out and get him money, right? But I'm going to focus on the part where it's a man that has women and they all know about. And all the women know that they all have this same man. So he would be considered a pimp, right? We're talking the world now, right? Just take away the money that he would make off the women. But then a man who's a player is a dude who's not telling the women the truth, but he's playing. You see what I'm saying? So he got this one. She like, are you single? He like, yeah, single, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, because I've had this happen. Sister, she know that you being as though like you might be the type of person that you are as a man. But women know that you should have a girl. You get my point? Like she know, like you single. You be like, yeah, I'm single. She like, All right, but it just something just don't seem right about this. You look, you got a crib, you got a car, you have, a lot of things. Yeah, you got crib, car. Yeah, crib, car, buddy. You dress good. Yeah, you got all that. You got everything is in order. Your teeth is clean. you keep your hair cut. Anything that a woman would look for. Right. But you don't got no woman. Come on now. Something got to be wrong with that. But because a woman wants to believe that so bad, she wants to believe that you're single because you're saying, yeah, I'm single. I don't got nobody else. Because she wants to believe it so bad, she'll believe it. And then they go have sex with you. And then you'll find out that he has a girl later, because you'll probably, you'll look through his phone or, something like that'll happen. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? You got niggas who lie and niggas who keep it real, right? But like back to what I'm saying, this is so then you got the shame. You know what I mean? There is a shame that brings about sin. You know what I'm saying? So a woman, she'll be in the truth, and the women that are not in the truth, they'll say, well, you wear a dress, you wear a long dress, you cover your head up, you got a man and he has another wife, and they'll shame you. And because in that shame, that shame can result in you saying, you know what, they're right. I am worth being in a relationship with only one man. Oh yeah, you know what, I shouldn't follow no man. You know what I'm saying? That, and because they shame you, it'll make you resort back to the world and not stand with the Lord and what you know to be right. You know what I'm saying? By what you was taught, right? But then keep reading.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 22. Except no person against thy soul.
The second part.
And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Right. So there is a shame that's going to change you too. Right? There is a shame like when women are being hoes, right? You should be shamed for being a hoe. Because what happened? You'll say, you know what? I don't want to be a hoe no more. Because I don't want to be shamed anymore. I want to change. You know what I'm saying? And all of us in here, that shame that we all had, you know what I mean? And it's not just, just being a hoe. It could be you being a whoremonger. You know what I'm saying? Like a brother. You know what I mean? Like you was a brother who was making hoes out of women, right? That's the difference. You got the hoes and the hoe makers. You got hoes and hoe makers. So that shame is the reason that we're all here today. We're all here because of shame, because that shame was the shame that brought us to glory. You ask a drug dealer, go out. You can go out, and we can go out in the world right now. Go up to the average drug dealer on the corner and ask him, like, yo, man, do you want to be selling drugs? And I can guarantee you, they're going to tell you, nah, man, I ain't trying to be doing this, man. You know what I'm saying? But they do it because what? They say, oh, yeah, well, I got to, they rationalize it by saying, oh, I got to put food on the table and all of that. But most niggas who hustle, they don't want to hustle. They just hustle because it's the card that's dealt to them at that particular point in their life that they feel that they have to play. And they do it. You know what I'm saying? But there is a shame that'll bring about a brother to stop smoking weed. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came into the truth, that shame came from brothers like Captain Tazariak, who I sat in classes that said, aren't we bigger than the plant? You know what I'm saying? Or are we just a weed head? You know what I'm saying? And he showed me that, and the brothers in the school showed me that I was a drug addict. You get my point? And because they showed me and they shamed me for being a drug addict, it made me stop being a drug addict. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
When I first started coming, I was smoking weed and cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Right? No, when I first came into the school, I was still smoking weed and cigarettes. Every Wednesday, Captain Ahmad would teach the class, right?
Mm-hmm.
I came in here, I was 5'2". By the time I was done class, I was like 4'8". After about a month, I could walk underneath the door with stiletto heels on. And then I got mad. I was like, I'm sick of him talking about me. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of him talking about me. You're not going to make me feel like that. So then that's when I put the weed down.
Right. So read it one more time, Knock. Well, we got 44 people. I guess people like hoes, talking about hoes.
Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
Right, and that's the sin, not being able to stand up to the world. You know, so many people, so many of our brothers. Don't you know that we know that Christmas is pagan? We all know that. You know what I mean? We know it, but the shame of you standing with the Lord is less than the shame that you would get from the world. You see what I'm saying? And the shame that you would get from the world and your mom and your grandmom and your grandfather and your aunties and your uncles and your cousins, that shame is more than the shame that you would get from the Lord at this particular point. So a lot of people, they just go with the world and say, man, I know Christmas is pagan, but I'm still going to do it. You know what I mean? Because there is a shame that brings about sin. Go ahead.
Okay. And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
Right, and that's the shame. That's the good shame. You know what I mean? The shame that'll make you change. And the slut walk and this whole thing that Amber Rose got going on. That's about being proud in your sin, right? It's being proud. It was a time when homosexuality and those things were they were kept in the dark. It was because people had a level of shame when it came along with those types of topics. But now it's to the point where it's just ain't no shame at all. And because we have no shame, because our women, the daughters of Zion, have no shame with a lot of stuff that they do, the Lord has something special for them. Let me show you. Let me get, which one I want now? The one that says mention as they go. Hold on. And I did not have this planned. I just thought about it right now. It is, I know it's in Isaiah. Isaiah 3:16.
Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. You got it, sir?
I'm good at getting it right now. Okay, go ahead.
Come on. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16.
Moreover,
the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
Or what?
Are haughty.
You know what haughty is? Haughty is arrogant. Because you got an arrogant spirit. You think like it's a proud spirit, right? Because our women have a proud spirit. Keep reading.
Come. And walk with stretched forth necks.
The what? Say that one more time.
And walk with stretched forth necks.
You know what that is? Y'all know the woman got the ain't no nigga gonna tell, you know what I mean? I already want to do it. But ain't no nigga gonna tell me this. Ain't no nigga gonna tell me, because you got that stretched forth neck and you got that arrogant, proud spirit. Keep reading.
Come. And wanton eyes.
Right, go ahead.
Walking and mincing as they go.
That's right, like walking, strutting. You know what I mean? And the spirit of this speaks to the spirit of our sisters today. And when I say sisters today, I don't mean every sister. You know what I mean? If it don't apply, let it fly, all right? But y'all get my point. We're talking about women that are in the world, right? Who have that proud spirit where they're cool. They could go to the slut walk. They can, they down with the LGBT. They're down with everything. They could be straight sisters, but go ahead.
The pride parade.
Right, the pride parade. You got so much pride, but what the Lord is saying is, because you got, he's specifically breaking down the characteristics to show you, right? But he's saying, because could you read it one more time from the top?
Come from the top, sir. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 16. Moreover, the Lord saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty.
All right, now, Salak, I didn't mean to cut you off, but it says the daughters of Zion. So this is specifically talking about Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women, right? The nation of Israel together. This is what this is talking about. It ain't talking about white folks. It ain't talking about East Indians. It ain't talking about Arabs. It's talking about specific group of women, right? Keep reading.
Come. And walk with a stretched forth neck. And wanting eyes. And Slakia. And Slakia, I'm going to read it from the top again. Because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanting eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion.
So, okay, so mention is moving or behaving in a effectively dainty or delicate way. You know, like how women be, they,
Crazy.
women, you know what I mean, and they it's like it. So the characteristics, y'all get all right. The characteristics of a woman who got a bad spirit on her. You know what I'm saying? And that's a lot of women you see out there today. A lot of women, they don't want to hear nothing from a nigga. You know what I mean? They don't want to hear nothing from a nigga. They'll listen to Amber Rose that say you ain't gotta say nothing to me. I think a man shouldn't even have nothing to say about a woman. You get my point? But damn, nigga, I got a daughter. You know what I mean? Maybe I should say something. Maybe we don't want our women being hoes. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want my daughter to grow up and be a whore. You know what I mean? Maybe I don't want those things for my kids. And because there's people out here like you, right, who are self-proclaimed sluts, right? As you know, as she say, she's a self-proclaimed slut. But I don't think anybody should listen to a self-proclaimed slut. Go ahead.
If I could, sir, in the definition you read earlier, it said influencing the target audience.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's heavy because Amber Rose she's not us.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? But her target audience is us.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So they influence, it's like the way they influence us is poison.
Right, because they don't put that stuff on their community. Right. You know what I'm saying? As much as they do. Now, there are white people that are, of course, sluts and hoes and all that kind of stuff. But we follow behind that because our women look at that and say, okay, well, this is the standard of what I should be following because look at the, you know how they got our women with that during the civil rights. Remember the civil rights era? Our women was with black men. Okay. And how did they break it up? You already know. I know you know this, but go ahead.
With the women's movement.
Right, the women's movement. They came in and broke that whole thing up because they made black women think that it's about feminism and getting the same rights. Black women didn't have those kinds of problems with black men. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't tripping on each other. We were together. But then they convinced black women that your problem is our problem. You know what the feminist movement was? The feminist movement back in the 60s and all that, it was about white women wanting a piece of white supremacy. They wanted a piece of what their husbands had. They, you know what I'm saying? They wanted to get paid the good jobs. They wanted to, be able to have some say so. They wanted to be able to get in those spaces and be able to enjoy the fruits of their husband's labor. You know what I mean? And they wanted a piece of it. And they convinced black women to take up their movement because they knew that black women had the stretch forth necks. Right? They know that black women have loud voices where they can get things across. They like the way the black woman has a way, like a domineering spirit. They like that. So they get behind the black woman and say, yeah, that's right, sister girl. Right? And then once they get what they want, they abandon the black woman. So then when it comes time to go out there for Trayvon Martin, go out there for Sandra Bland, go out there for Alton Sterling, the white women ain't there. You see what I'm saying? The white woman is over here because that's not what they want to, you know what I mean? They want to take up. So they come around with this whole slut walk thing and they want black women to be the forefront of the slut walk. They want black women to be the forefront of the LGBT. You get my point? And this is how our women get taken every single time at every single turn because they don't know the cues to look out for when they getting beguiled by these other nations. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
If I could, and it even goes back to Susan B. Anthony and Ida B. Wells and Sojourner Truth when they was giving them the women's suffrage movement, and Ida B. Sojourner Truth spit that "Ain't I a Woman" poem. And Ida B. Wells was trying to bring all women together. You know what I'm saying? And they were still on the black and white women type thing. So that's when Susan B. Anthony was like, no, y'all not women. Y'all just black women. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's when black women and black men came together. And then around about civil rights, we separated again.
Right, exactly. Because, black and don't get me wrong, man. Black women have held, and I'm going to just put this out as a disclaimer. I'll put it out. Every time we talk about women, I think that black women have held black men down more than we've held them down. You know what I'm saying? Because of, you know, there's women out there that will never have sex or sleep with the oppressor. But men will do it so easily. You know, men, you know, a woman be like, what? Ew. Black women be like, oh, what? Ew. You know what I mean? But, you know, but as soon as we get $2, we ready to go get a white woman. So in that respect, I will say that the black woman has held the black man down and been down more than we've been down for them. Right? So we could take accountability, right? The women like, I'm gonna follow this dude. Right? You know, just to be fair, right? So where was I at? Yeah, accountability, civil rights, the whole civil rights movement, the black man and the black woman was together. We were together and we wasn't tripping on each other, but because we let people like Amber Rose come into our neighborhoods, you know what I mean, and tell us what our movement should be. Why are we fighting for rights to be whores? Why do they have our women out there fighting for rights to be sluts and you know and all of that when we haven't even got our rights, you know, to be treated as humans? You know what I mean? Think about that for a second. We haven't even got our rights to be human beings, treated as human beings, and you know, with common decency, right? But we're out here trying to fight. You know, you get my point. Like, what does our allegiance lie to? I mean, what does it speak to? Like, meaning this, right? Are we they got us out here? They got our women out here fighting to be hoes instead of fighting to be not equal, but fighting to be in the position that the Lord promised our women to be in. You get my point? So it digressed to a point. Now we're just fighting to be hoes. It's wild, man. Could you give me the rest of that? Isaiah 3 and 17. Now, remember, because the women are proud, because the daughters of Zion are proud, because they walk with the stretched forth necks, all of that, the Lord is going to humble her. Go ahead.
Isaiah 3 and 17. Therefore, the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughter of Zion.
Right. That's why you see so many women out here with lace front wigs on. You know, because maybe their hair ain't growing the right way, or maybe because, you know, and I'm not saying women who might have it because they need it. I'm talking about women who got it because maybe they didn't put so much stuff in their hair that it just fell out and it's just nothing to work with. Go ahead.
It's like, if I could, most women think the beauty is in the hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that their honor is in the hair. So by taking that from them, it take like their beauty or their honor away from them.
Right. So the Lord said that I will smite thee with a scab upon the top of their head. Right. So technically what women are doing now, black women are doing, is covering up their shame. They're covering up their shame because they don't have the kind of hair that they would want to have if they was keeping the law, you know what I mean? And the Lord will have that hair growing smooth and silky. But because our women are the way they are, the Lord smite them with a crown, with a scab on their head. Now they covering up the shame, right? But then guess what? Guess who makes the money off of covering up black women's shame? The Chinese. Because guess how much they're making? Billions of dollars off of hair. There's no more people that consume hair than black women. They make billions. They have a Chris Rock did it. It's a documentary Chris Rock called Good Hair. Yeah, Good Hair. And he goes and he talks about how much of an industry that they have targeted towards black women. And it's because black women they're actually wearing hair, all kinds of hair from like East Indian women who are chopping their hair off and sacrificing it to their God. And they take that hair and they sell it. And that hair, and they sell kilos and kilos and kilos and kilos and kilos and kilos of hair. And those kilos of hair, those billions of dollars worth of hair gets consumed specifically by black women. And it's a $1 billion industry.
Cap, did you see where the couple ladies was on there and they were losing their homes because they chose to purchase weave?
Mm-hmm.
And these weaves are like thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
They was literally losing their homes because they was buying other nations' hair.
Yeah. Yup, it is big. I don't think Knox saw it. You ain't see it? Yeah, you gotta watch it, man. I'm trying to tell you, it's like a straight up, documentary about hair, like and how much is spent from black women on hair. Go ahead.
Salaki, sir, and if I'm not mistaken, they were financing hair.
Yeah. I forgot that.
Financing hair, so you paying interest just to wear another nation's hair.
Yeah. Yup. You can. It's places where you can do that. You know what I'm saying? You can. Because some of them hairdos, man, they be expensive. Them lace front wigs. I know you've seen videos of women that steal them, go into the store and steal it and walk out, run out. Take a wig and wrap that joint up and throw it in there. You know what I'm saying? Throw it in they purse or something like that. It's serious out there. Because our women don't understand that that's what's happening right now. Is that it's a result of them seeing, you know what I mean, what they see as like the standard of beauty, seeing all those things, and they see other nations with long flowing hair. They say, but then why my hair falling out? You know what I mean? Why I only got this little tiny, ponytail? You know what I mean? I want the long, silky hair, you know what I'm saying, coming all the way down my back. And because of that, because they're trying to shit, and this is all spiritual I'm talking about right now, but that them covering up that shame, there's other nations are able to exploit that. That's what I'm saying. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 17.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. And that.
Let me just move across. I'm just moving across.
Keep going, sir.
Yeah.
Verse 18. In that day, the Lord will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet, and their cause, and their round tires like a moon.
Mm-hmm.
The chains and the bracelets.
I was just bringing up something else. I'm just trying to multitask.
The chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets and the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands and the tablets and the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels.
And so what we're reading right now is that the Lord is going to humble our women. He's going to humble all the bad bitches. All of that is going to get humbled. All that's going to get, the Lord's going to humble all that. The same way the Lord did humble men, the Lord is going to humble the sisters. You know what I mean? And you're going to see it. The Lord is going to bring all of that down. All of that, and that slut walk bull crap that our women are a part of, this whole LGBT thing that our women are a part of, the Lord is going to take away all of that stuff that you think makes you look hot, and all those things that you put your whole spirit into. The Lord is going to take all of that away, and the Lord is going to shame you. Go ahead, keep reading. And it said the bonnets too. What's the main thing that we wear? Bonnets. What the main thing? A woman in the hood, sisters in the hood, it's the bonnet, tights, and they eat crab legs. It's lock here. I know that's how it is on my block. Uggs, Uggs, tights, bonnets, and crab legs. That's it. That's it. She don't want to do nothing else. That's it. Salakia, but that's just my neighborhood. We both from Delaware, so that's what we see. It could be different in your hood. All right. Go ahead.
Go, God. Verse 19. The chains, the bracelets, the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the leg, the headbands, the tablets, the earrings, the rings, the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparels, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crispin pins, the glasses, and the fine linen, and the hoods, and the veils. It shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell, there shall be a stink, and instead of a girdle, a rinse, and instead of a well-set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher of girdle sackcloth, and a burning instead of beauty.
Right. So the Lord is gonna deal. This is all talking about the Lord is stripping away all of those things that are the daughters of Zion specifically. Think that what makes them a bad bitch, or it makes them something to be worshipped by people, something that should be adorned by everybody. The Lord is going to strip that away. Why? Because of the proudness of our women, the proudness, because our women want to be hoes, because our women find pride in wanting to follow after, you know, what the mainstream narrative is, you know what I mean? The whole Megan Thee Stallion thing, the whole, you know, everybody wants to be sexual and all those things. The Lord is going to take all that away, and he's going to set you down in the dirt, and he's going to humble you. Same way he humbled the brothers, man, you know what I mean? And it's going to happen, right? And I think pretty much the women get the idea, get the understanding on that, right? So, yeah, what he said, what the brother say? He said, I'm independent. I don't need no man. All of that SHIT is going to change according to the Lord. That's right. Because the Lord, what's going to happen is the Lord is going to do a reset. Remember, the Lord said, I will make a man finer than, I'm kind of paraphrasing, but I will make a man more finer than gold. You know what I'm saying? The Lord is going to do a reset on this place. And it's not going to be like this forever. Think about it, right? You see how like every year, right? It's not the new year, but we're going to go with the narrative that it is 2023. We start every year like this. You know what I mean? And on the decline. We never started the year like on the, you know what I mean? We never start the year on the incline, like going up. We always start the year going down. So let's just say the way that we're going as Black, Hispanics, and Native Indians, where are we going to be in 2033? 2033. In 2033, 10 years from now, the clothes is almost all the way off now. You get my point? Like the clothes is already off. So we just gonna walk around this. We're gonna go back to Shaka Zulu days. This is just walking around. You just gonna get everything painted on. Like before you go to work, just paint your clothes, just paint your pants on. Just, you know, you just get somebody to, you know, spray paint them joints on, and you just go to work. You know what I mean? You ever see that? Where women do that? They'll just spray paint the pants on, but they be really naked, and nobody really knows. Well, people know. They act like they don't know, but you get my point. It's like, where are we going at with it? Where does it stop? Where do we see an end at some point where it has to stop? You know what I mean? Because it only gets worse. It never gets better. So how about we start the year better? You know what I'm saying? That's why it's like so important that, you know, sisters come in and get this understanding. It's not a male chauvinist thing. You know, it's not any of that. It's about, you know, us coming back together, and it's things that women have to get in order, and it's also things that we have to get in order. But to Amber Rose's point, but I'm gonna go you first, because I don't want you to forget. So go ahead.
Yeah, kind of. We all here for correction, and that's what we all here for, to get corrected.
Mm-hmm. Now, to Amber Rose's point, she said that. Shouldn't it be the consumer? Shouldn't he be mad at the consumer? Now, she does have a point in that respect, meaning that if men stop desiring hoes, then women wouldn't be hoes. She had a point there. You know what I mean? That was valid. You know what I mean? Because if men start to show the attention to women who are not dressed scantily clad, right? And women who are not, we say nice, women that are not dressed scantily clad, women that do not have the booty all out, right? Women that do not have the breasts, you know, popping out the top of the turtleneck, then women will start to change that. You know, and I say that because of this, right? You know why a lot of women are Muslims in the hood? You know, you see them women that be Muslims and stuff, walking around with the kids, pushing the kids. Why are they Muslims? Go ahead.
Because they met a man that's fresh out of jail and he converted into
because the nigga is Muslim. Right. The nigga's Muslim. Man, you ask that sister, man, yo, what do you think about the Quran, such and such, chapter such and such? She gonna be like, I don't know. My man is Muslim. And this is why I got this hijab on my head. I don't give a damn about none of this. But she's doing it because she's trying to be a good woman to her Lord, right? Which is understandable. But at the same time, it's like men, what we have to do is stop putting the focus on hoes. Now, the hoes are winning. It's lucky. The hoes are winning. But at this particular time, they winning because I mean, any female rapper who gets on has to. Yeah, you have to. It's just that's the narrative. You're not going to get on with your bars. You might got some good ones, but you know nobody niggas is like, well, I hear you rapping, but let me see you bend over. You know what I mean? And then here we go. You know what I mean? The cycle continues, and it goes around and around and around. So what we have to do is we have to stop desiring those things. You got to be. This isn't laughing. This isn't laughing.
Oh, that's crazy.
yeah. I want to see, you know, what's behind all this. You know what I mean? This you know what I mean? That's the This is the you know what I mean? This is the precipice of finding out when I will decide whether or not I want to listen to your music. Now. Maybe, I don't know, Glorilla ain't came out like that. Have you heard, I haven't seen Glorilla come out with nothing like that, like bending over and twerking and all that kind of stuff.
She said that she let her man, Salakia. She said she let her man, Salakia, I'm gonna just say
Yeah.
She let her man bust a nut her food and she eat it. That's what she likes to do.
Oh, yeah?
That's what she said.
Wow, I've never heard that one before. Well, I know she's probably saying that because maybe shock value. Because I'm like a little shocked too to hear that. But you know, we hear everything. Maybe not that, but you know. Wow. Right, yeah, Quadazar said, hoes are winning now. That sucks. Salakia, sir. That's right. That's what we bringing out. Yeah, let me reset the class. We're talking about hoes. Thasiyam, ISUPK, they want to be masculine. That's right, they do want to be masculine. Danisha, what's going down? She said, yeah, Khan. Mariam. It's the same in Texas. Yeah, with the bonnet, with the crab legs and all that. Yeah, I'm independent. I don't need no man. And yeah, so we're going into it, y'all. So I want to play a little bit more of the conversation so that we could get all right. So no stuff. We pressed for time, not pressed for time totally, but we're moving along, right? So I'm gonna pay. It's gonna start at 1 hour and 13 minutes. We're gonna listen to a little bit more of the conversation, and then I'm gonna come right back. All right. Here we go. Hold on, let me see. Let me make sure my camera is straight. Okay. All right. So let me bring this back. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play it.
Sonny got everything. Sonny bought all that shit.
No, let's leave Sonny out of this. He been fucking up all day.
He only been good with Amber.
But you know what it is?
No, I got Sonny.
It's the consistency, though.
That's my guy.
I got her.
Yeah, go ahead.
People not really consistent, though.
What, CMOS?
No, just with the
any
regimen.
of those things.
So,
Yeah.
so motherfucker think they're going to take it for like a week or two.
Yeah, natural remedies, you got to do that shit for like a year.
Yeah, you got to, you got to be, but that's just like with anything.
CMOS every day.
Is key.
Motherfuckers take it 2 days, be like, I don't feel nothing.
Just even out here.
That's what happens.
Yeah, out here in the climate, just success, music. This is why people, people might have the talent or the gift, but they not consistent. So, motherfuckers, they just go away. They don't make nothing, right? But then you might have a person, you be like, all right, cool. I got a saying, right? Having no talent is the new talent, right? So it's like that's a fact, though.
Having no talent is the new talent. I gotta throw my.
Why niggas getting famous just because they views piling? We'll get all the views. Violence, stupid new challenge, whole lot of ignorant dudes on the news.
Hacking the algorithm, however you
Chicks
can.
getting booked for 2,000 because they posted nude styling. Think about it. Having no talent, that's the new talent. I saw a bitch on red carpet. I said, tell me what you do. She said, I'm pretty. I pierce my clit, my titties, my belly button too. I twerk for the gram. My videos get a hella bunch of views. That's very fucking cool, but Tell me what you do. It's disgusting. Hoes winning be the image they pumping. Bitches getting famous or famous niggas they fucking. But it's the nigga fault they getting caught. End of discussion. You can't blame the hoes. At the end of the day, them bitches is hustling, man. That was just quick something, but like that's the real shit though. So when you're not consistent, but when you're not consistent and you be like, oh, I'm better than this person or better than that person.
Let me ask you a question.
No,
Let me ask you a question.
That's right. She's guest host today. I forgot.
But what's the problem?
As far as what? I like the way you said that too, like confrontational.
Yes, I like it.
It's about to be a battle.
What's the problem?
Because
No, I was. What do you mean? I'm from Harlem.
No, I'm saying, but what's the problem?
That nothing. I ain't have a problem with none of that shit. I just report the news.
Okay, but you just freestyling.
I just having no talent.
But
the
do you
new
believe
talent.
it?
As having no talent is the new talent?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but is it a problem?
Is it a problem?
Yeah. Like, do you feel some type of way?
No, it's because I don't got nothing to do with me. It's just what I see.
Do we make some noise for
Yeah,
that?
but no, but I'm saying like,
Hold on.
If you think about it, right? It's
Slockish.
Go ahead, Knock. What you say?
She cut him.
She cut him. How she cut him?
She cut him because she said it's not about you, it's not about you. He's like, it is. I got a daughter. And then she said, what's the problem? He said, it's not about me. So she cut him.
Right, and then he's not standing on his lyrics.
Right.
He said what he said because he said it. That's what you gotta stand on. You say something, you stand on it. But he doesn't want to stand on it because he's not fit for the battle. And then also, I want everybody to pay attention. What's up with Loaded Lux? Loaded Lux, his mans, it don't even got no brotherhood. His mans ain't saying nothing. He got the Ankh beads on. He got the Egyptian beads on. He didn't step in and say anything about Malcolm X. And that, you know what I mean? Like, hey, our black women got to stop being whores. He didn't say nothing. He just being quiet. You know why? Because he's trying to shut the hell up and he's trying to stay out the conversation, but then he's letting his mans get all the heat and catch all the heat. Go ahead.
If I could, this shows you how much power women have. Even though she's not a sister, you know what I'm saying, this shows you how much power the LGBTQ and women have today over men. Like, you see the power dynamic between the men and the women. She's obviously more powerful than they are.
All right, so let's get back to it.
It's a talent in itself, though. If having no talent is a talent, that's some talent. Now you're talented. Like, you talented at not being talented.
That became a talent. Right.
That became a talent.
But like, who do you blame for that?
Blame?
That's society's thing.
Like, who do you blame for that? Like, is it the girl's problem or is it the consumer?
Oh, this is not even just about females,
consumer.
guys. That was just the woman thing I used. That was just one aspect.
But I just feel like guys should not just never talk about women.
As far as
everything.
Like, talented. Like, you talented at not being talented.
That became a talent. Right.
That became a talent.
But like, who do you blame for that?
Blame?
That's society's thing.
Like, who do you blame for that? Like, is it the girl's problem or is it the consumer?
Oh, this is not even just about females, guys. That was just the woman thing I used. That was just one aspect.
But I just feel like guys should not just never talk about women.
As far as
everything. Like, it should never be a conversation.
You said talk about them?
Yeah, like as far as like okay, let's say like me, Kim Kardashian, Jada, Ari. Like, it should never be a conversation amongst men because it's like you have to then blame the consumer, right? Because these girls, us, are like known as like not having talent, but like we make a lot of money.
Well, no, I don't even. Well, you just showed me you was talented, so that's kind of like.
Yeah. No, I get it, right? But like, so let's say like
this discussion. Keep
no,
it
this is a good discussion.
Everything respect.
No, it's respect. It's always respect. It's always respect.
But this is why it should be a conversation.
It's a conversation.
It should be.
I just feel like when it comes to men, right, and it's like hoes and all that, right? But like y'all stick y'all dick in everything, but then you call us hoes for the consumer loving us.
Niggas still calling chicks hoes?
Yeah, you just did.
No, I'm
you did in your
reporting
freestyle.
on no.
No, you did in your freestyle.
what I'm saying is hoes is what they right. That's what they say. Hoes. You just said hoes, right?
No,
Everything
you said that.
Right, but that's not from me.
He was saying it from a different.
I'm saying it
POV.
from.
That was the rhyme that was saying it from a different POV.
I said, on the news, right? That was the beginning of the. I forgot what I said too. It was like I said something about the news, right? You see something on the news, wilding, like a new challenge on the news. Everything. This was being reported. This is not from me.
Do you believe that girls that are on and popping, or like if they're fucking somebody and they get on and popping, are they hoes?
Hell no, ain't no hoes to me. I'm a hoe. What?
Now, did you see that? She said, women who F a dude to get on, is she a hoe? He was about to say, hell yeah. But he said, hell no. Damn. What? Hold on. Watch it again. Hold on. Oh, let me go back like 2 seconds. Hold on.
And it from a different POV.
I said, on the news, right? That was the beginning of the. I forgot what I said too. It was like I said something about the news, right? You see something on the news, wilding, like a new challenge on the news. Everything. This was being reported. This is not from me.
Do you believe that girls that are on and popping, or like if they're fucking somebody and they get on and popping, are they hoes?
Hell no, ain't no hoes to me. I'm a hoe. What do you mean? Everybody's a hoe. Right?
This nigga said he a hoe. This nigga said, no, I'm a hoe.
So he should just go be in the slut walk.
Let me bring it back, man. Let's bring it back. Now, look, I'm bringing the news. You know, we getting into it. Now, knock. You are a rapper. Since I've been in the school. Hold on, let me fix my camera right now. All right, since I've been in the school, you've been rapping, right? Hold on, let me just fix my camera so everybody can get right. All right, so since, yeah, man, Terrell made an amazing dinner. Damn, look, after class, I'm good.
What's that crazy?
All right, all right, so you've been a rapper since I've been in the school.
Okay.
Now, I would say that you're a real rapper, right? Because you're not just doing it because, like, remember I tried to rap. Remember I tried to rap for a while. I was like, I tried to do some, songs because we had a studio in there. And so I'm not real with it. I'm just doing it for fun, you know what I mean? For kicks or whatever, just to kind of, just be on the track. But you actually do it because you love to do it, like Captain Tower, Captain Akkad, Shar, and Captain Kotazar, and all the brothers that I've missed. Salaki, if I missed you. Right. Y'all actually really do it because y'all are real with the shit. Salaki for my language. I didn't mean to say that, y'all. Because y'all real with it. Now, when you write something, you stand on it.
Right.
Right? Because you wrote it, right?
Okay.
So why is Murder Mook not standing on what he wrote?
If I could,
coming from the perspective of somebody who raps.
When he wrote that, it was extreme thought into it, extreme contemplation. You feel what I'm saying? He zones out to write a rap.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you really put a lot of effort into the composure of it. You know what I'm saying? So when he said, he thought about it wholeheartedly. But as he's speaking right now, he's just talking. And he got backed down by a woman.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, he was backpedaling because she backed him down in the corner.
Mm-hmm.
What he should have said was, women are addicted, or any hustler is addicted to the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
They love the money. They love the rush of getting the money. Hustlers are more addicted than drug addicts, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
So she's talking about, what about the consumer? She's feeding the consumer. She's addicted to the consumer. So in order to cut the consumer's water off, it starts with her.
Damn, that was heavy. That was heavy. Salaki. You know what? I don't got a bomb on here, but I would have dropped one for you. A couple of them, because what you just said, if you could say it one more time for the people that didn't catch it the first time.
What I was saying is, the hustler is addicted to the money. She's addicted to the money because she's the hustler. She's making the money. So in order for her to stop the consumer wanting it, it starts with her. She got to cut the water off for the consumer.
Damn, that's heavy. That's heavy. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all hear that? Hey, drop some flames in the chat, man. Drop some flames in the chat, and y'all let me know, man. Is it flames or what? Because that was a very interesting perspective that you just said right there. You know, and he was backpedaling. He called herself a hoe. He said, nah. She said, if a girl F's a dude to get on, is she a hoe? He said, hell no. He was about to say, what he about to say that? He about to say, hell yeah. But because he didn't want to offend anybody, I guess, he backpedaled on his original stance. Yeah, and he followed up and said, I'm a hoe. Now, there's a double standard there. There's a double standard there, you know, because they're gonna crucify me. But you have 20, having a man having sex with 20 women is different from a woman having sex with 20 men. Right, because if a man has sex with 20 women, he effed 20 women. But if a woman has sex with 20 men, she got effed by 20 men. See what I'm saying? It's a different dynamic to it. It's not the same. It's double standards to everything. It's a lot of things, and it just is what it is. You know what I mean? And so what she did was, and like what you said was like heavy, where she backed him down in a corner, and he wasn't equipped to fight that battle where somebody actually challenged him on what he was saying, and he just wasn't prepared. And it was his birthday. That's why he's on this show. It was his birthday because originally it was Amber Rose's show. It was her interview, but him and Loaded Lux came to the show, and they, you know how sometimes a person will come and join the interview. They came and joined the interview, and it was his birthday. So he went viral with a clip of him getting back down in the corner by Amber Rose on his birthday. Ain't that the irony? The irony of it all. 20 too many. That's right. Right. Paragi said that was so weak of him. I know men in the world that would have dealt with her better shaking my damn head. Tamika, let me get some of these comments. She said, brother needs to get in all black and go to the nearest school. That's right. A man can have more than one woman if he deals with the situation properly. Right. You know what I mean? Some brothers might not need to have more than one woman. That's also a fact too. You know, you don't, just because you can do it doesn't mean that you should do it. You know what I mean? Like, they told us that we couldn't sit in the front of the bus. That doesn't mean we should start a movement about sitting in front of the damn bus. Maybe we should just get our own bus. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because we get told that we can't do something doesn't mean that we should. Yeah, damn right, sis. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So it's like, you gotta be the type of man that can deal with those types of situations, always get counsel. Because it's not for everybody. All right. Some brothers just need to focus on the truth. just come to class, all right? Yeah, just be like Paul, right? Just go do the work of the Lord, and you don't have no problem. All right. Okay. Ayasha said them niggas on Drink Champs are tender and moist, which is why she ran that show. And not only that, but also because any one of those men would sleep with her and didn't want to mess up a chance. That is a heavy point.
Ayash, facts.
That's that. You know what? He hit it. He hit it on the nail, because that is exactly why. Because they know she a hoe, and it's like, well, they know she a hoe, but they like, if I say too much, it might mess up my chances of getting with her after this, once the lights cut off. Because, everybody drunk now, I could probably get Amber Rose real quick. You know what I'm saying? And add that to my roster real quick. Amber Rose, you probably get her out with a dinner or something like that. Like, look, we're going to go out. Murder Mook seemed like he might have had some money for that he might got some money from that battle rap. You know, I'm pretty sure he got a little something probably from that. You know what I mean? So he might got enough to take her out somewhere. But he don't want to disrespect her because he want to have sex. He don't want to mess up his chance to have sex. Great point. All right. Now let's get a little bit more. Let's get some scriptures. Isaiah 5:20. I just got a couple more. What you say? What was the one in the Proverbs that was going?
Proverbs 1:5.
1:5? That was somebody called that?
You hit. That's the first thing you said before class started.
What was Proverbs 1:5? Let me see.
You just said Isaiah 1:20.
That's a good scripture. Let me go to Proverbs 5:1.
Come on.
Proverbs 5:1. Whenever you're ready, it's cool.
Oh, all right. Come. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 1. My son, attend unto my wisdom, and bow thine ear unto my understanding, that thou mayest regard discretion.
Discretion is like the quality of behaving or speaking in such a way as to avoid causing offense or revealing private information. Right? A lot of women have to be discreet. You know, in your marriage, you want to be discreet. Like if you got an issue going on with your husband, like don't run to social media and do it. You know what I mean? And air it out. You know, deal with your husband, you know, deal with it behind the scenes. That's what you want to do. You want to deal with everything that got to do with your husband, any relationship, not even just relationships. Let's take it off of relationships. Any problems you got with a brother, any problems that sisters might have with another sister, any problems you might have with anything that's going on in school, you want to do it behind the scenes. You know, you want to practice discretion with everything that you do. So that way your enemies ain't sitting back, because your enemies are sitting back waiting to get a soundbite. They're sitting back waiting to get a screenshot. They're sitting back waiting to get a receipt. So you want to make sure that you don't allow them to play you like that. You know what I'm saying? So always keep discretion in your relationships or whatever you do. All right, go ahead. Matter of fact, you even got discretion in the job. You know, at my job, it's in the handbook. I can't be going to another company revealing secrets from the job that I work at, like a competitor. You know what I mean? Like even with jobs, you can't, if you work for Ford, you can't go to Maserati or work there and be like telling them everything that Ford is doing, because it's against the laws of the job. You know what I mean? You can't do it. You got to be discreet about what's going on. You can't be out there telling secrets about stuff that you know, right? Go ahead.
Isaiah, Proverbs chapter 5, verse 2, that thou mayest regard discretion, and that thy lips may keep knowledge.
Right, that's the laws, the statutes, and commandments. All right, go ahead.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb.
Right, this is a strange woman, man. This is talking about like a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Her lips, you know what I mean? There's always going to be that woman that's going, you know, her lips is going to be like that honeycomb sweet. You know, the words that she say is going to be sweet. You know what I mean? And you're going to eat it up, right? I'm keep going.
And her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword.
Right, because you with that woman, because she you know, she's speaking all of those right things, and she's saying those things that you like to hear. But in the end of everything, it's going to be bitter as wormwood. Now you're going to find out that your check is $35 a week because you on child support now. You know, there's a price to pay for everything that you do, right? But what the Lord is trying to get us to do is not to pay the ultimate price. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, for me, in a relationship, I think, like, and maybe I could be wrong, but this is just my opinion. The worst thing that can happen in a relationship really is like, and we'll take it off of like being locked up, you know what I mean? Because it's, you know, she's trying to get you locked up on something false or something like that. But it's child support to me.
Right.
You know, child support is just like
Satan.
that's like the end result of a relationship when you have a kid with a woman in the world without any understanding. It's always going to go to that, because in the world they teach women that you got to be happy all the time. If you're not happy all the time, then you should leave that man and go somewhere else and be happy. And so the reality of it is a lot of women out there that'll make themselves a baby mom on purpose because you not happy. You know, you're like, well, I'm not happy. I gotta be happy. I gotta just be happy. That nigga that you try to find that's happiness somewhere, you're not gonna get it. Relationships aren't happy. They're not. I'm gonna tell you something. Relationships are like this. You understand as yourself. Now take it off the next person. But as you, not me, not anybody else, you specifically, this is what I'm talking about to everybody. You specifically, you're not a pleasant person to be with all the time. Right. Right? Right. And the other person is the same way, because we're all taking it off of everybody else. So everybody is not a pleasant person to be with all the time. So when you're in a relationship with somebody, that unpleasant things about you and the unpleasant things about the other person, those things are unpleasant, right? But it's the good that's in the relationship that y'all can take out of the relationship outweighs the things that are not so pleasant. Get my point? And that's what a relationship is. It's the give and take both ways. So yeah, it might be some things you don't like about your rib. It might be some things your rib don't like about you. But the good outweighs the bad, and it makes it worth y'all being together. So once you start, as the years go by, you work those things out. You know what I mean? You work those things out, and you start to grow as together. You start to grow. And that's the whole point of the whole thing. There's nowhere in there where it says everything you do got to make me happy. And everything I do got to make you happy. She might not be happy about these socks that I got, these dirty socks, these stinking socks, right? And I might not be happy about your damn attitude all the time. But because I love you, because there's more good in you and more benefit in you that's good, that I can deal with your attitude sometimes. So you're going to deal with these socks. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point of the whole situation. It's about us having a common ground together. We're not going to be perfect on whatever, on both sides. So a lot of women, they'll look at it and be like, oh, because he doesn't make me perfect, he doesn't make me happy all the time. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm going to go find another nigga that's going to make me happy. That nigga is going to do the same thing. It's just that now it's a new brother that you're trying to get to be happy from. So he's going to give you the happiness in the beginning because he wants to have sex. But once he has sex with you, then all of it's going to go downhill from there. And you know what I'm saying? And usually that's how it ends up. Throughout life, you only meet a certain group. You only meet you don't meet that many good people in your life. That's just the truth. You know what I mean? I'm not an old nigga or none of that. But what I do understand is that throughout your life, you're going to meet people that are good people. And then the rest, and then when you mess up that, when you mess that up, you ain't gonna get nothing but bad. Same thing all the way down the line. Nothing ever changes. It's just that, you know, we gotta get off of that narrative that if you're not, happiness is just the only reason you should just be there. You know what I mean? When it's no happiness nowhere. You just gotta work on it to be happy, so both of y'all can be happy together, right? Go ahead. Verse 5. Could you reset the scripture? Since the man is automatically being belittled for him being on child support. Yeah, that's right. Take it from me, man. I was on child support. And I got off, man. You know what I'm saying?
Most High Christ. Most High Christ.
Remember the cartoons like that? Yeah. I won. I got off child support. Sister used to work at child support, right? Yeah, sister used to work at child support. They keep a cop in there. They keep the cop. He be just like this. You know what I mean? Waiting. The minute you be like, what? Bitch! Soon as you say that, he gonna stick his head in the door. You know, he got the big hat on, like
right.
He gonna be like, and then soon he gonna hear it. He gonna look around and close the door back. He waiting on you to get out of control. So he could take you right from there down to court. Now you're on child support and you got to come up with bail. So now you double in the hole. And then you might even be triple, quadruple in the hole, depending on how bad she take you once you in there. Because she might tell you, we're going to go back 2 years. Go ahead. Nah.
Most of the time, your bail is your child support.
Yeah. Yeah, your bail is your child support.
Yeah.
And my cousin, she hit me, a few weeks ago and told me that same thing. The brother, he was locked up because it was $6,000 he owed in child support, and that was his bail. The water. That was his bail. 6,000. No, it's 6,000. 6,000. And it's different from traditional bail bonds.
Right.
Because you say if it's the weekend, you can get bailed out on the weekend.
Right.
It was if it's a weekend, you gotta wait till court is open. You gotta go down to the court and pay the money. And then the court will send everything over and say, hey, he paid everything, you can let him out now. See what I'm saying? So it's a double whammy when you dealing with child support, because you could be in jail and it's horrible. You know what I mean? I went through child support and it was rough, man. I had to rob Peter to pay Paul. You know what I mean? But nobody gives a damn about the man, because I remember I went in there with a damn folder. People at my job was like, man, just go in there and tell them all your expenses. I went in there with all my expenses, and they was like, the lady took the folder, was like, we don't need to see this. We just need to see those pay stubs over there. And that's what happened. That's how I went. Go ahead, sis.
Salakia, to all you brothers out there, if you have any doubt that baby is not yours, do not sign the birth certificate, because just because you're found not to be the father doesn't mean that you're not legally responsible. Like, it's a whole court process on getting your name off the birth certificate, and the judge does not have to honor that. So you come to find out 6 years later, you've been paying child support all this time. You find out that that's not your child, but you signed the birth certificate believing that the child is yours. You're the legal father. And the judge does not have to take you off of child support.
That's right, man. Listen to what this sister's saying, man. She was in there. You know what I mean? She was in there. Knock, look like goddamn. Yeah, the sister was in there. We got a sister in here that was we got the likes up. We got what? We getting them up this week, man. I appreciate y'all. Right? So what we talking about? We talking about hoes. All right? We talking about hoes. We talking about Amber Rose, trying to teach our women to be hoes, trying to teach our women to be sluts. And this is not what we dealing with right now in the Bible, right? So what we dealing with right now in the Bible is Proverbs, where we at? 5 and we're dealing with 5 and 3. Let's start there and let's go down. Let's run it through.
Come on, sir. Proverbs chapter 5, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
For the lips of a strange woman drop as a honeycomb, and her mouth is smoother than oil, but her end is bitter as wormwood, sharp as a two-edged sword. Her feet go down to death. Her steps take hold on hell.
That's right, man. When that woman, she leading you, she gonna lead you to hell. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna be like sitting there, you're gonna be sitting there like, damn, you know what I'm saying? How could she do this to me? I'm telling you something, man. That woman could be the worst nightmare that you've ever had. You know what I'm saying? Because she know you.
Oh,
she know you personally. You think your rib don't know your damn social security number? She know it. I thought she didn't know my social security number, because you don't even think about stuff like that. Look, she had my baby mom. I don't hate saying that, but my daughter's mother, she had my social security number. I'm like, how do you have my social security number? I thought I was good at keeping that a secret. But she had it, and she filed that joint on me. You know what I'm saying? But it said her feet go down to death, because when we follow women like this, it could go to death all kinds of ways. She can give you an STD, like AIDS or something like that. And by going after this woman, you know what I mean? This woman can lead you to death, right? And not only just AIDS, but she could also lead you to death by you following this woman and she calling some niggas over to come see you. Or she calling some niggas over to come, and get that money that you talking about that you inherited from your insurance policy or whatever it is. Y'all see what y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? You know, that woman can lead you to death dealing with the wrong type of woman, right? Keep reading.
Okay. Her steps take hold on hell, lest thou shouldest ponder the path of life. Her ways are movable.
Right, meaning that she's all over the place. This woman that you messing with, she's a hoe. She all over the place with it, man. She over here, she over there, she in the streets. She got the tights on, she eating crab legs.
The Uggs.
She got the Uggs on, she got the bonnet. She everywhere in everybody's face. And because she all over the place, you know what I mean? Her ways is movable. Keep reading.
That thou canst not know them.
Right, you don't know what's going on with her. You can't trust her. You don't know what the hell's going on. Keep going.
Hear me now, therefore, O ye children, and depart not from the words of my mouth. Remove thy way from her. It's like, remove thy way far from her, and come not nigh the door of her house.
Right. Other words, stay away from hoes. Stay away from hoes. We know the difference, don't we? Come on, man. Look, we was in Clubhouse. Everybody trying to act like they didn't know the difference between hoes. We know the difference between a housewife. We know the difference between wifey material. You got wifey material and you got hoes. We know niggas don't want hoes. We want wifey material. You know what I mean? We want a woman who's, you know, yeah, she might be good to look at. She might have all this, but ain't no nigga gonna marry you. Ain't no nigga you can't make a hoe a housewife. It's impossible. You can't do it. Niggas understand that. We understand that without the Bible. I'm just keeping it off the Bible for a second when I'm giving that example. We understand that in the world that no nigga don't want no hoe for a housewife. Hoes ain't winning in that area. You know who's winning? Those women who are quiet, the women that know how to cook, the women that are, you know, got some standards about themselves, the women that's not gonna give it up. You know what I mean? On the first night, you know, things like that. You know, a nigga can respect, I'm saying nigga, but y'all know what I'm talking about. A brother is not going to respect that a woman just give it up so easy. A brother want a little bit of a challenge. You know what I mean? He want to see like, okay, is this woman worth me, you know, putting a ring on it? Now we talking about the world now. But, you know, is this woman worth me putting a ring on it? Is she worth me, you know, bringing her home to meet my parents? You know what I'm saying? Like those types of things. We've all been messed with women who you didn't want to bring home to your moms. She might be cool, but you ain't going to go see moms.
Right.
You know what I mean? Keep reading. And then I got one more after this and then we're done.
Time check 8:46.
Yeah, no sweat. The water.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 9. Lest thou give thine honor unto others, and thy years unto the cruel. Let strangers be filled with thy wealth.
That's the other nigga that she messing with.
Damn.
You giving money to her, she got another nigga on the side. And that nigga's living off the money that you giving her. His feet is crunchy. He got the stinking feet. And she's in his house giving him all the money that you giving him. You giving her. That's why it says, let strangers be filled with thy wealth. Somebody else is going to be the beneficiary of all the stuff that you're doing for this woman that is a hoe. Keep reading.
So luck, yeah. And thy labors be in the house of a stranger.
He gonna be like, did you get the money or what? Huh? Did you get the money from the nigga or what? She's like, I'm trying to talk to him now. If you just be quiet, I can get the money. He like, well, hurry up, bitch. You know what I mean? Because you didn't gave it over to a hoe, and now your wealth is in the stranger's house. Keep reading.
Proverbs chapter 5, verse 11. And thou mourn at the last, when the flesh and thy body are consumed.
Right, because now you chasing a woman that don't love you. You chasing after a woman that don't love you, and now you feel bad behind it. Keep going.
And say, how have I hated instruction?
Say that one more time.
And say, how have I hated
instruction? Because say it one more time. Sorry, it's like it.
And say, how have I hated instruction?
Because we tried to tell you. Your dogs tried to tell you. Your dogs. You know what I mean? We try to tell you, man, don't mess with that girl. But when a nigga's locked in, you can't tell him nothing.
Right.
You can't tell a brother nothing. You know what I mean? Doc, you tell a brother, yo, you should just chill. Man, I got to have her. A sister, I got to have that brother right there. You like, sis, you sure? His brother ain't been in school that long. I got to have him on what nobody else. Right? I got to have him. You like, sis, you really, you sure, sis? I mean, there's other brothers that's been around, been in the school a little bit longer. You know, maybe you might want to, you know, maybe take your time. No, I want him. And then you get them. They say, you know what? All right, this is approved. And you go and y'all do what y'all do, and then there's councils every week after that.
Right.
You get my point? Like it's like it's on both sides. It's like it comes to a point. I mean, I've known, and maybe other brothers' situations might be a little bit different. Experiences might be different, but you know, like when a brother's locked in on a sister, it's just he's just locked in. Mm-hmm. When a sister locked in on a brother, she's locked in. Ain't nothing I can tell her. All I can say is maybe try to give you some advice to say maybe you might want to take your time or whatever. But if a sister locked in, there's nothing you could do. Only thing you could do is just sit back and just give them counsel and see how it works out. Right? All right. No sweat. I think you was a little bit more on that. Let's read 12 one more time, and then we're gonna read the last one.
Come.
Oh no, 13, and then read. 12 and 13.
Come and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despises reproof?
Yeah, because you're gonna after all this happens, you're gonna be like, damn, why didn't I just listen to niggas? Why didn't I just listen to them and you know, hindsight is 20/20. Hindsight is 20/20. You know what I'm saying? You everything comes into focus once you're actually in it.
So like your foresight is Ray Charles.
Right, because I even think like maybe it should be longer. Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe you. I mean, we got the 6 month rule, the 1 year rule or whatever. We got the 1 year rule, but I think that maybe as brothers and sisters in here, we can up it. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can court for maybe 1 year. You know what I'm saying? We can court for 1 year. That'll give us some time to get in some arguments, you know, and see if this is what we want to do. You know, you need a little bit more arguing, you know, in there. Like, you know, maybe some more arguments, some more
she gotta throw the shoe at you.
Yeah, a little bit more, you know, hitting you with the shoe. I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, you know, and you can do that in the school. You don't have, it's not the 1 year rule is just what the school requires. But if this is somebody that you really like and you're a person that the sister really likes and y'all really like each other, then maybe it's worth waiting another 6 months. Maybe going another 6 and see if that is worth it and y'all can really deal with each other. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe if we take those extra precautions, maybe we can actually see what we're actually about instead of like maybe the representative that you're normally gonna get. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get that representative, like, you know, all the good stuff. But then, you know, at a certain point, all of that'll wear off, and then you'll just get the real person. You know what I mean? So maybe that's it. That's an option too. You know what I mean? Was there any more on that? On 13?
Verse 13, sir. If I could, verse 12, and say, how have I hated instruction, and my heart despises reproof, and have not obeyed the voice of my teachers, nor inclined my ear to them that instructed me.
That's right, because you're gonna wonder why you didn't listen. You know what I mean? You're gonna wonder why you didn't listen in the end. Ecclesiasticus 9 and 4. Let me see. Let me get there with you.
Okay.
Let me get there with you real quick. This is my apocrypha. This is the Bible / apocrypha. That's what I use. Ecclesiasticus. 1 second, Knock. Let me get that right with you. Ecclesiasticus 9 and 4.
Lock this up.
All right. Yeah, 2. Yep.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 2. Give not thy soul unto a woman to set her foot upon thy substance.
Right, because there's, you know, them women like Amber Rose, You know what I mean? Them women like, that's out there, them influencer women, you know what I'm saying? They gonna set their foot upon everything that you got. They ready to get a nigga that got some money. You got some money, you a ball player, you a actor, you a influencer, you got followers on TikTok, you got followers on Instagram. She gonna come and she gonna step on everything that you got because she want a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? There's women that's out there, they call groupies. You know what I mean? When you on as far as like the rap thing goes. But there's gonna be women that's gonna be, they gonna cleave onto you because they wanna get what you have, right? It says, give not thy soul to a woman and to set her foot upon thy substance, because in the end, that's what she's gonna do. Okay. You're gonna be Wiz Khalifa, and you're gonna get with Amber Rose because of her butt. You know what I'm saying?
Her bald head. Yeah,
or her bald head, whatever it is that you like about Amber Rose. You know what I mean? And Kim Kardashian and all of them. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you like about her, and you're gonna want to get it. But at the end of the day, she's gonna step on your substance. You know what I mean? That's why Kanye West is paying $200,000 for a month for child support. $200,000, and in 5 months she made $1 million. She's a billionaire. She don't even need his money, but it's just the because she wants to step on this substance. She want to step on them too. At the end, she went right back. She went to Pete Davidson. She went to Pete Davidson. Now Kanye West is paying $200,000 a month for child support. Now, I'm not a rocket scientist, and I'm not, I don't have a double master's or nothing like that. But a kid don't need $200,000 a month, do they? Because she's stepping on your substance now. She ain't about the kid. She just want to crush you. Go ahead.
And if I could, it all stems back to what HO3 said earlier. This is all about the sisters' choices.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The sisters, like, we shaming the sisters for their choices, the choices that they made. You know what I'm saying? And because they live in them choices, they kind of because they live in them choices, how can I put this? We suffer as men.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Because of their choices.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Right. That's right. And this is why it's important that we listen to these scriptures, man. We got everything we need here. We so-called in the new year, we in 2023. Let's switch it up. You know what I mean? Let's do things different. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let's not keep going into these new years, man, the same way that we came into the other ones, man, on the decline. Let's start going on the incline and start working our way up. Go ahead, keep going. Verse 3.
Verse 3. Meet not with a harlot, lest thou fall into the snares.
Right, because what's going to be the snare? That behind her butt. That's today. That's what's prevalent today. Okay. Her butt. Let's be real. You know what I mean? It's her butt. Right. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's why when you look on TikTok, that's the first thing a woman do. She show her butt and then she do the video. You know what I mean? Because that's what she knows that you like. She knows the men like the butt first, and then I can say what I want to say. Right. So I can see, because depending on how a woman's butt look, that will depend on the level of respect that you'll give her. So if it's not up to par, you're gonna be like, I ain't care what she got to say. But if that rump look like, two basketballs wrapped in a goddamn, in a turkey, then you want to, she's respectable. I want to hear what she got to say about politics. Right. It's like it. But it's like it. I'm just keeping it real, all right?
Right,
All right, go ahead.
Verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
What does that mean?
Good night.
What's that mean?
Salaki, if I can read it again, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Use not, Salaki, Ecclesiasticus chapter 9, verse 4. Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer.
Mm-hmm.
Lest thou be taken with her attempts.
Right,
If I could, would it be like some type of hypnosis or something like that?
Right, you want it. Because I thought it was a singer, like Beyonce or something like that. Like, don't fall for Beyonce. But it's not Beyonce per se being a singer. It's about that woman that has a smooth song that she sings. That, right. The game, right? The game that she's gonna, you know what I mean? And you're gonna be taken with it because, like, say, like, somebody say, you know, somebody, you know, they look at Beyonce, right? And they say, if he like it, put a ring on it, right? So women hear that, they like, oh yeah, Beyonce, oh man, she's telling me to do something. She's telling me that if he don't like it, if he like it, he should have put a ring on it. But a man wrote that song. You know my point? Some man wrote that song. She's just singing it, but it's the smooth words that can coerce a person into doing what you want them to do. So you got to be careful of a woman that can sing you that good melody. You know, sing you that song like, oh yeah, I ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? I just got a couple friends. I just got a situationship. Once you fall into that, now this nigga banging on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning because he's trying to see his kids. Yeah, I was in situations like that. You know what I mean? Nigga, you know, you over a nigga crib, she done told you she's single. I'm single. You over her crib, she like, nigga like, yo, I want to see my kids. Like 3 o'clock in the morning. Singer. You know what I mean? You're gonna be taken by, you know, the smooth noise that she spits out of her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Relationship goals. they hear a sister. You hear a sister. Women hear a woman say something. She could be the biggest hoe in the world, but she might say something, and you're like, oh man, see, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I want my relationship to be. I want it to be just like that. Hashtag relationship goals.
Good night.
You know what I mean? And all of it's behind, you know, just it's all of it's behind BS, and you shouldn't fall for her SHIT. And you're not supposed to fall. You're not supposed to fall for what she's saying just because it sounds good, right? So the singer is not specifically a singer like Patti LaBelle. It's actually the act of what a singer does, like meaning like, you know, the smooth things, the things that sound good to you. All right, keep going.
Verse 5, gaze not on a maid.
Read the last where it says, use not the mustard company. It's at the beginning, like almost at the beginning.
Use not much the company of a woman that is a singer, lest thou be taken with her attempts. Gaze not on the maid, that thou fall not by those things that are precious in her.
Which is that sex, you know, the sex, right? You know, go ahead.
Give not thy soul unto harlots, that thou lose not thine inheritance.
That's the main thing, you know, because remember, you know, whoremongers ain't getting the kingdom of heaven. You know, hoes ain't getting the kingdom of heaven. You know what I mean? Like the Lord is not going to start a new civilization with a whole new ideology with the same bull crap that's going on now. Go ahead, sis.
I've never heard anybody define what an actual whoremonger is. Can you let me know?
Somebody door? Yeah.
Can you let me know what a whoremonger is?
Yeah, hold on one second. Yeah, no sources. Okay. A whoremonger is a person who has dealings with prostitutes, or especially a sexually promiscuous man. That's the definition of whoremonger. Like a man who goes out, like, okay, I'll give you a scripture. You can read it because the brother's out. Let me see. Give me Deuteronomy 23:17. I'll get there with you, sis. You can read it too. You got the mic?
Yeah.
23 and 17.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right, Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
Right, meaning that if you're a man, and I'm gonna give you another scripture too, but I wanted to go here first. But if you're a brother, you're not supposed to make whores out of women. How you make whores out of women is by having sex with women, and you keep on having sex with women, and you just, you're throwing women away. That's not supposed to be how Israel ever been. You know what I mean? Because when you have sex with a woman, that's your woman. You marry your woman. But because of captivity, because we've been under these different, captivities, we've went away from what was right. Remember Christ brought it back when he said, what the Lord has brought together, let no man put asunder. I say that if a man put away his wife except for the cause of fornication, he committed adultery. The reason why he's saying that is because, remember, in the time of Rome, that's what they would allow. They would allow us to be able to throw women away. But in the beginning, it wasn't this way. There should be no whores of the daughter of Zion, meaning that men shouldn't make whores out of women. You know what I mean? And that's always been the law of Israel, you know what I'm saying, for us not to do that. But what men have been doing, what we've been doing essentially is just been having sex with women, and we've been throwing them away. So we've been making whores out of women. And it goes back to what I was saying about, you got whores and you got whoremongers. The men who, who engage in, women who are, like I said, prostitutes, the definition, men who engage in prostitutes, they're whoremongers. And then you have men who just have promiscuous sex with a bunch of women. They're men who are aiding in a woman being a hoe, when you should not be doing that. You should be not, in being involved with a woman being a hoe, but you should be a man who is making honest women. They even say that in the world. You should make an honest woman out of a woman. Go ahead.
Like, if I could, the man that's just having sex with women and throwing them away, he would be more of like an adulterer, right?
Yeah, all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a man that's promiscuously having sex with women, and with no regard for the fact that there shall be no whores of the daughters of Zion. You get my point? Like he's just a nigga who just, like how you are in the world. You just a nigga in the world, just is adding to the hoes. You just add into it. You don't have any. At some point when you come to the truth, you're like, okay, I'm going to stop. Like I said in the beginning of the class, I was a brother who was a player, but when I came into the truth, I had to stop and say, okay, I'm not going to be partaking in, because I'm not going to partake in the continuing destruction of the sisters who are becoming hoes by me having sex with them and throwing them away. Did I answer your question, or do I need another scripture?
Oh, yeah, that explains whoremonger.
Well, say that one more time.
I get the definition of whoremonger. Never mind.
No, go ahead.
No.
She like, man. You gonna get in trouble? Oh, you said after class? Oh, that's about to be something crazy. Yeah, but look, that's growth. The sister ain't about to say nothing that's going to be crazy. That's what we're going to call up here.
Discretion.
Yeah, discretion. All right, no sweat. All right, no sweat. Yeah, so, hold on, let me check this one last scripture. Hold on 1 second, let me check it. Hold on 1 second.
So like I said, this cognac is amazing.
You like it? It's smooth, right?
This cognac is amazing.
Most of it crazy.
It tastes like Arizona iced tea.
Yeah, most of it crazy. Oh man. I just want to see this one thing, Knock. real quick. Let me see. This is. Oh, Salaki. I was wrong. 22, 17. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's go Ecclesiastes 23 and 17.
Come with Khan. You got it, sir?
Yeah, I got it.
Ecclesiasticus 23 and 17.
Yeah, this is a man. This is a man.
Come with Khan.
Uh-huh.
Got it, sis? Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Mm-hmm.
He will not leave off till he dies.
Say it one more time.
Damn. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 17.
Mm-hmm.
All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Right, that money, you know what I mean? Things you can get out of it, the gain that you can get out of it, being a whoremonger. But a whoremonger, a nigga ain't gonna stop until he died. Because how's he gonna die? He gonna die because the Lord gonna kill him through some nigga that's coming. He's jealous that you having sex with his woman. It could be AIDS, it could be anything. You know what I mean? That the Lord sees fit. But a nigga ain't gonna stop being a whoremonger unless he die. Go ahead, read it one more time.
Come. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
Mm-hmm.
He will not leave off till he die.
Mm-hmm. Damn, that's crazy, right? Go ahead.
That's heavy.
Uh-huh.
That's heavy.
Oh, Salaki. Damn. Okay. Hold on, my what's the name is? A little bit different. Okay, good. I'm glad I saw that. All right. All right, you got it, Knock.
Come on, keep going, sir.
Yeah.
Come on. Ecclesiasticus 23 and 18. A man that breaketh wedlock said thus in his heart,
Mm-hmm.
Who seeth me?
Yeah, because that's a brother that throw away his wife. You know what I'm saying? He throw away his wife. He breaks it, and he throws away he throw away his wife, right? But he says like, don't nobody see me doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm having sex with all these women and nobody can see it. Nobody see what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I'm doing what I do, and nobody can see me. Go ahead.
Who seeth me?
Mm-hmm.
I am compassed about with darkness.
Right, because he's doing it in the dark. The niggas in the strip club doing it at 4 o'clock in the morning. Right. 4 o'clock in the morning, ain't nobody up. He in the strip club in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he's being a whoremonger. Go ahead.
Come on, Khan. The walls cover me.
That right, because nobody can see him doing it. Go ahead.
Come on, Khan. And nobody seeth me.
Mm-hmm.
What need I to fear?
Mm-hmm.
The Most High will not remember my sins.
That's men. That's men that's out there. You know what I'm saying? That know better. And they don't, because they out there doing what they do, and they don't think that nobody can see them doing it. Keep reading.
So come. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men.
Right, because that's really what your fear is. Your fear is really just fearing like that somebody catch you. You know what I mean? And somebody in the school catch you. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you serve catch you. Like that. That's what you fear. And you're like the scripture just said. The sister, because you were like this. You know what I mean? And that's what you fear. You fear that your superiors are going to catch you. The men that you serve, the men that you work with, the men that you are around, the sisters that you're around, they're going to catch you, right? But you figure like, well, ain't nobody around, so I'm good. But you don't fear the Lord catching you. You fear the people that can see you. Go ahead.
Come on, Khan. And knowing not the eyes of the Lord are 10 times brighter than the sun.
Say that one more time.
And not knowing the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
Say that. See that? He said 10 times, but I was like, I asked him to read it again. But the Lord's 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So you're worrying about what men are going to see, or your sister worrying about what people are going to see. So you try to do things in secret because you think that, you don't care about the Lord seeing it because you don't see the Lord right now when you look around. You just see the walls and you just see the room door that's shut and the lights off. But the Lord see you even when you think that the Lord can't see you because his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. Read it one more time. Go ahead.
From the top or just
from the top of the verse.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knowing not that the eyes of the Lord are 10,000 times brighter than the sun, beholding all the ways of men, and considering the most secret parts.
There you go. So, like what we just read, man, the whoremonger, man, he's a brother that won't stop. You know what I mean? Like we read the definition about a whoremonger, a brother who's lived promiscuously, just having sex with a bunch of women, throwing these women away, not doing what he's supposed to do as a man of God, a man of the Lord, a man of the nation of Israel. Not, those things are unbeknownst to him, and then he's not doing those things. He's a whoremonger, right? You are a part of the problem. The nation of Israel. You're a part of the problem. Like you're the reason why women are at the slut walk. You're a reason why women are talking about hoe rights, because you're contributing to the destruction. And a man that is a man of God can't contribute to that. You have to be a man that's on standards, principles, and understanding, and that's what the Lord gave us, through the scriptures. So does that help you know about the whoremongers? All right, no sweat. I didn't want to leave you, hanging or whatever. But a whoremonger, he ain't gonna stop until he dies. That's what's gonna be the end result for that brother. You know what I mean? All right, I'm done now. I'm done. Oh man, it's 9:16. Damn. Salaki, y'all. All right, we done. All right, we done. We out. Yeah, hopefully y'all know about the hoes. Hopefully y'all know about the whoremongers. Hopefully y'all know about Amber Rose and not to follow Amber Rose. Anything that she says, she is not the hoes leader. You know what I'm saying? Women should come back to the Lord. Be what the Lord called you to be. Be a stand-up sister, be a stand-up brother. Let's go into this new so-called new year better than we came into the last one. And with that being said, well, you want to say something now?
If I could, sir, shout out to Murder Mook.
Yeah, shout out to Murder Mook, man. Murder Mook can get right, and, he can be Brother Mook, well, brother, whatever his name is, but he can come into the truth, man, and get built up and learn how to deal with hoes so that he don't get backed in the corner by one. That's not even one of our own nation. But with that being said, I'm going to turn the class over to Precinct Officer Knock.
Clap it up, clap it up, clap it up. All right, ISUBK security announcements. ISUBK security announcement. We are the ISUBK out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. If a new brother or sister comes to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to show themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 through 10 means 10th in Hebrew. But Aishara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Tithes, Salakia, priest fund.
Yeah, priest fund.
Not mandatory, whatever size bottle, whatever amount you like to give. Up and coming holy convocation is
Feast of Purim.
Feast of Purim.
We need to check that. I'm not sure exactly the date, but just stay tuned because it's going to be in February.
Coming up soon in February. Check the bulletin board or check the
the bulletin board.
Yeah, the bulletin board.
Yeah.
If you want to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that being said, Amajim.
And then also, real quick, just make sure y'all check out Officer Azar Wars class is coming on right after this. It's coming on, and he's going to be going live from Camden, Delaware. He's going to be going live from Camden, Delaware. So make sure y'all check out Officer Azar Wars class.
With that being said, Amajim. Men of Israel, we want to give one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh,
Shem Yahweh, Barakatham,
Yajim Matah, Sarah, which means turn. Men, sisters, Majim, which means to stand. Men of Israel, we're going to give sisters one courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majim Shabbat, Majim, Barak,
Yahweh Shamar Alatham by Shem Yahweh Shai.
Yajim Matah, dismiss.
That was a good class.
I didn't mean to go.